Today we're looking at the most flavorful cards of Magic the Gathering, and we're going to rank them on a tier list. We're going to rank them from like flavor wins. They have to be flavor wins, people. It's like the flavor is all there. The card does what it says it's going to do, and it matches with the picture and name, and also all the way to flavor fails. And there's going to be some cards going to be like, yeah, sort of, and then sure, and then nah. So we're on a spectrum of stuff. Now the first card suggested is coming from oh boy, which is Bearer of the Heavens. I think for 8 mana. The mana cost doesn't really matter too much. It's a 10/10 giant. When Bearer of the Heavens dies, destroy all permanents at the beginning of the next end step. Of course, we have somebody who's basically got the universe on their shoulders. And if this guy goes, well, everyone goes. So it makes a whole bunch of sense. To hold the heavens from the earth is no curse, but a titanic responsibility. I think this is a massive, massive flavor win. This is a great example of a flavor win. I'm glad this is one of the very first cards that have been suggested. So you now know what a massive flavor win, 100% flavor win looks like. Next up, let's take a look at Joe Tiefer with King Cheetah. Remember, we're not basing it on flavor text. Just keep in mind, although it could be a tiebreaker. We're definitely going to judge it mostly on name, art, and function. So King Cheetah is a 4-mana 3/2 cat. When you play King Cheetah, you may play King Cheetah anytime you could play an instant. How quick? Okay, so I guess the cheetahs are fast. So they got flash. It's not bad. I don't know why the King Cheetah is the most important of all of them. So I would say sure, yeah. It's not bad. Sure. Them cheetahs are quick. Don't be in their way. They might kill you. Okay, next up, let's get DLA Silence, maybe. How quiet can we be, actually? Let's see, there's so many cards called Silence. That's the annoying thing. The Keeper of the Silence. There we go. There's the silence we're looking for. A white instant. Your opponents can't cast spells this turn. Now let's be real. We can do a whole lot of stuff anyway, even though we can't cast spells. We can activate abilities. We can activate abilities from our hand. So it's pretty good. For the most part. Take a quiet moment to reflect on your sins. So in actuality, silence doesn't actually keep you silent. Not to mention, you can still command your army, right? You can still command your army. I would say, sure. It's okay. It's okay. There's no music. I thought I turned on the music. Okay, we're gonna bring the music back. The music's on the way. You know what? Sometimes the music shows up, sometimes the music doesn't show up. Yeah, speaking of silence, there's no music. I love the music here. It's so annoying to start the show with no music. Some people are just going, there's no music, I'm getting out of here. Okay, next up we've got Anton with Time Walk. Time Walk, 2 mana, sorcery, take an extra turn after this one. To be honest, I don't know what a Time Walk is to say this is a flavor win or flavor fail. I mean, obviously we're doing what it's supposed to do. We're walking through time. Time Walk. Does that mean we get to go backwards and we do it all over again? Because we're basically taking 2 turns before somebody else does. You know what? I don't know if this is a flavor banger or not. I'm going to put... And there's also not enough description for me to say one way or another. So I'll say sure on this one. We got a super chat here from Jess. Jess, of all the shows you want a super chat. Wolverine, best there is. Pay to regenerate. Fail. Okay, Wolverine. Now the problem is I am honestly not... Is this... There we go. Wolverine, best there is. I am not a huge... It's going to be hard for me to judge some of these cards. I should also disclaim, I'm not the greatest flavor judge in the world. But you know a little bit about Wolverine. The titanium skeleton regenerates body. So this is a 3-mana 2/2 unrivaled lethality. Double damage Wolverine would deal. Wouldn't this just be double strike? Why can't it just be double strike? At the beginning of each end step, if Wolverine dealt damage to another creature this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on him. That makes no sense. And we have 2 mana to regenerate your Wolverine. That's not bad, though. I mean, Wolverine did regenerate. I guess in this case... You know what's weird, actually? Every creature's like Wolverine. Like, if you did not deal lethal damage to the creature, like, all the damage was removed at end of turn. So why do we have to regenerate in addition to that? Trent Sim says, double damage is slightly different from double strike, especially with trample. The interaction gets weird. Why the hell is Wolverine going to trample? I don't know why he gets stronger as he's beating people up. I guess it's adrenaline or something. Double damage. Do you know what? I have to say this is a flavor. I have to say this has to be a flavor win. The grand scheme of things. It's not how I would want it to be, but they got all the bases covered. Deals double damage. Got some regeneration in there. Makes sense to me. Okay, let's get a freebie. What is this? Reparations? Oh god, I don't know if this is going to be a flavor win. This is a 3-mana enchantment. Whenever target opponent successfully casts a spell that targets you or a creature you control, you may draw a card. So whenever target opponent successfully casts a spell that targets me or a creature I control, you may draw a card. Here's the thing. Not everything that's targeting you is going to be bad. Like, usually it's bad. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes someone wants to just make you draw, like, 3 cards. Or they have to choose 2 players and choose yourself and an opponent. And both get a benefit out of that. So reparations is not always going to work. The flavor text helps. Flavor text is a tiebreaker. Sorry, I burned down your village. Here's some gold. I'm going to put this... we can put this... We're going to say a sure on this one. It doesn't work in all situations. Here, we'll put it as a sure. Not in love with it. I don't love the effect in terms of... and hold on, what did you get? You draw a card. It would make some sense. You know what? I'm going to demote it. I'll tell you why. Because you're not getting treasures. You're drawing cards. Drawing cards is knowledge in this game. Remember that. When you draw a card, you get knowledge. You're not getting... You don't get any sort of wealth in this. If it was a treasure, it would make sense. I even go as far to say it might even be more of a closer to a flavor fail in the grand scheme of things. Remember, when you're drawing from your knowledge, not from your library, you're getting knowledge. So that's how deep we have to go when it comes to flavor. Okay, next, let's get a super chat from Pacers Fan Forever. Damnation Double Masters version. Okay, Damnation. Unfortunately, there's a million Damnations. We want the double. This is the Double Masters. I don't get it. Is there one with a flavor text? I guess this one. It's 4 mana sorcery. Destroy all creatures. They can't be regenerated. Their bodies rotted. Their bones splintered. And their souls frayed to tatters. Only then were they granted the mercy of death. I'm gonna go to I'm gonna take the original art because this is the one more people are familiar with. I think this is like, it's sure. You blew up a bunch of creatures. That's about it. It's a Wrath of God on the dark side, more or less. We've got Alan, Abandoned Reason. Abandoned Reason is a 3-mana instant. Up to 2 target creatures each get +1/+0 and gain first strike until end of turn. It also has Madness. Okay, so Madness makes sense because we're about to abandon Reason. Up to 2 target creatures each get +1/+0 and gain first strike until end of turn. Not entirely sure that is... I mean, I get... You know what? Yeah, I think so. So if you abandon Reason, you're like a little bit more, I don't know, frivolous with your life. You can just throw it away. Here, we'll take a picture of this thing. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, but I'm still gonna put on like the sure side. You know, when I see flavor wins, I want them to be absolute banger flavor wins. Let's scooch this thing over because there's probably gonna be a lot of sures on today's show. Next super chat we have from Dangerous One, the Blood-Soaked Champion. 2 shields, can't block. That's going to be a huge flavor fail, I know it. Okay, Blood-Soaked Champion. Black 2/1 Human Warrior. It can't block. 2 shields. Raid, return Blood-Soaked Champion from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only if you attack this turn. Flavor fail. This is our first certain, absolute, easy flavor fail. Next up, let's take Vac with Crashing Drawbridge. Crashing Drawbridge is a 2-mana 0/4 wall defender. Tap creatures you control gain haste until end of turn. Why? Oh, is it because, like, once you release the drawbridge, then they're faster? I actually disagree with that. And I'll tell you why. Because, like, they're not any faster than usual. It's just like the drawbridge goes down and then they just go at regular speed or whatever speed that they usually are at. So actually, I'm going to consider this a flavor fail. There's nothing speed. If anything, they're slow. Things are slower because of the drawbridge. It's an obstacle. You actually have to wait for the damn drawbridge to go down before you move at, like, any normal speed around here. Next up, let's get Steve Cooper. Caltrops. It sure does that. And a donation. Thanks so much, Steve Cooper. This is like a dinosaur. You can tap the drawbridge to open it. Yeah, but, like, why does it make anything faster? That's the thing. But it's crashing down. It does not change the speed of regular people. Like, what I'm trying to say is, there's no way a drawbridge will make creatures move faster. It can only make them move slower. If there was no drawbridge and it was just a bridge, are creatures going to be moving faster at normal, slower or at a normal pace or faster? Like, that's the whole thing. Read the flavor text of the drawbridge. Okay. The northern beacon flared, and even before the drawbridge finished its descent, the knights charged out. It did not compensate. Remember, the flavor text is going to be a tiebreaker, but the card itself, in my opinion, is a massive flavor fail. Caltrops, 3-mana artifact. Whenever a creature attacks, Caltrops deals 1 damage to it. Oh, it's these little spiky things on the ground. Well, I think that's a flavor win. I think that's a flavor win. They're in pain, the absolute pain of the damn thing, and it's any creature, and they're all over the battlefield. Actually, was that like a weapon of war back in the day? It's basically landmines for horses. Argent with kill switch. Let's get to kill switch. 3-mana artifact, pay 2, tap. Tap all other artifacts. They don't untap during their controller's untap steps as long as kill switch remains tapped. What's a kill? So, like, what? The kill switch just prevents everything else from working, right? So pay 2, tap. Tap all other artifacts. They don't untap for as long as kill switch remains tapped. But wouldn't they just tap all other artifacts? So, so on your turn, it untaps and everything's working again. Okay, sure. Now, I'm not... Does every artifact need an activation? Tap all other artifacts. Okay, do you know what? I'm going to put it in the middle here. Not all artifacts are like a machine, which makes no sense. Like, think of the glasses of Urza, for example. Let's take the glasses of Urza. Just an example. Here, glasses of Urza. What switch is on this card? Does it need a switch to turn off? Are these are these like the earliest version of like meta glasses, where you can turn them on and all of a sudden you can see into someone else's hand? It's video recording, Anyway, no, that doesn't work. So kill switch does not. It doesn't make any sense that it would tap all artifacts because not everything uses a kill switch. Only machines. So it's like somewhere in the middle. Sometimes it's a flavor win. Sometimes it's a flavor fail. Okay, let's get a donation. A very generous donation from Steve Cooper. We'll give it to Argentine Sunglasses Versa, since you mentioned glasses of Versa. Okay. I want the sunglass one. This was the glasses of Urza. The sunglasses of Urza. 3-mana artifact. You may use white mana in your mana pool as either white or red. I actually don't think that. I don't know if that makes any sense. Just because he sees red doesn't mean he has access to red mana. Or is it because of these are rubies? Like Mox rubies. I thought you're supposed to derive mana from the land. But maybe there's something I don't know about it. I guess the idea is that these are in rubies. Is there any flavor text that can save us here? I don't see any flavor text on this type of card. Okay, I think this is going to be in the middle. I could be wrong. This could be a huge flavor win. Literally rose tinted glasses. Yeah, I mean, why on earth? White mana in your mana pool. No, okay, do you know what? Okay, I'm going to say it's a flavor fail. There's no way just because you're wearing sunglasses that you can literally convert white mana into red mana. It makes no sense whatsoever. Flavor fail. Next up, let's take a look at Sheelan, Winter's Grasp. This is a 3-mana sorcery. Destroy target land. Winter's Grasp. I would say it's a flavor fail. And my reasoning is that winter doesn't destroy land. If that was true, then Canada would cease to exist. Winter just changes the landscape a little bit. I would say Winter's Grasp is a flavor fail. The land is, look, it's still there. It's still there. I mean, you can't farm much on it or anything. Certainly killed off all the wildlife on it, but the land is still there. It's still intact. It's still a mountain. Should be able to tap for snow mana. Dangerous one. Omniscience. You mean omnipotence? Probably. Okay, so 10 mana enchantment. You may cast spells from your hand without paying their mana costs. Okay, hold on. Omniscience. Let's get a defining meaning of omniscience. The state of knowing everything. You know what? I think you're right, actually. Because the state of knowing everything is almost like drawing your entire deck. This is funny. We have cards like doesn't Enter the Infinite do that? So Enter the Infinite is probably much closer. And this card actually draws cards from your library, whereas Omniscience doesn't. So this actually is just like an interest. It's just the wrong word to the wrong effect. We could say that is, you know what? I'm just going to put in the nah pile. It's not a massive flavor fail. After all, you can play everything from your hand. Everything that you know, at least. Okay, next up. Let's take a look at John with Moat. Moat, 4-mana enchantment. Creatures without flying can't attack. But you know what? This is actually, I mean, it's mostly a flavor win, but there is one problem. What about creatures that swim? What about the octopus, a whale, a merfolk, fish? All those things should also be allowed to attack the moat because water doesn't stop them. Not in the slightest. So this goes into the sure pile. Next super chat from Trent Sims. We got Big Hungry Kitten. Oh, Yagra, who eats all. Should be interesting. This was mostly... There's a lot of cards called Yagra. There we go, this one. 5 mana for 6/6. Ward, sack of food. Other creatures are food artifacts in addition to their other types and have pay 2, tap, sack this permanent, you gain 3 life. Whenever a food is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put 2 +1/+1 counters on Yagra, Eater of All. You know what? I do believe that's a flavor win. Eats everything. Eats everything on, basically leaves the plate spotless, completely spotless plate. It's actually pretty neat that for once they're actually treating all the other fleshy things on the battlefield like they're food. They are a resource. They can be eaten. Indiana Jones with Peacekeeper. We got 3 mana, 1/1. Wow, you can attack. During your upkeep, pay 2 mana or bury Peacekeeper. Creatures cannot attack. I don't understand the whole 2 mana part. Like, do we have to pay for a Peacekeeper to be here? I would say sure. I just don't understand the upkeep part, except they were probably using that to balance the card. But I would say this is a sure card. Sure, why not? Whatevers. Bryce, Rescue from the Underworld has 10 out of 10 flavor. All right, we have a 5 mana instant. As an additional cost to cast Rescue from the Underworld, sack a creature. Why are we... Okay, question. Why are we sacrificing a creature? Oh, is that because that creature is going in to help rescue the person? Choose target creature card in your graveyard. Return that card and the sacrifice card to the battlefield under your control at the beginning of your next upkeep. Exile Rescue from the Underworld. Okay, this has one problem. There's one problem, and that is, what if you sacrifice a token? Can the token come back? Is the token going to rescue anything? Because the token just vanishes into thin air, right? So it's actually, it's mostly good, but it actually fails on that metric. So there's a lot of situations where this is going to be like mostly a flavor win. Mostly. You would even argue you don't even want to sacrifice an actual card, like an actual creature card, because if this gets countered, then you just lost the damn thing. Token did do its job. The token gets lost in the underworld. Well, how did we rescue anyone then? How did the token get lost, but the person that we rescued came back? You know what I mean? Okay, we got Nightmare Incarnation. Can I get Shieldred? Shieldred the Apocalypse on this show. Okay, I actually don't know anything about this card, like this character. It's a 4. We have a 4 mana 4/5 Praetor, Death Touch. I'll trust that part. Whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. So whenever you get knowledge, you gain 2 life. Whenever an opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. Was she like? Did she mess with people's brains or something? Can anyone give me the long story short? What was Shieldred's powers? I just have to look this up on Google. Shieldred's power include a physical ability to separate her torso from her lower half, allowing her to escape or gain new forms. As the Whispering One, she also wields immense intellectual and manipulative powers, collecting information and debts to control others. Her goals revolve around enslavement and corruption through the Phyrexian glistening oil. Okay, so she had physical powers, but she also had mental powers. But she collected knowledge, which lets her draw cards. I don't know how she hurts people, though. I really have no idea. Doesn't end the world like the apocalypse. I think it was just a name. It was just more of a name than anything else. Okay, I'm gonna put it in sorta. I'm a little impartial on this card. I can't say for sure one way or another. Next up, we got Elixir. Yargle and Molten. You love this card for some reason. Yargle and Moltani. I swear this is not the first time you've suggested this card on the show. 6 mana, 18/6. Is that it? What do both of them do? Do both of them do nothing? Yargle does nothing, and Moltani. Which one? I'm assuming... Which one's Moltani? This one? Has the power and toughness each equal to total number of cards in all players' hand? Can't be the target spells or abilities. I don't know which one. I think it's just this. This is it. Which means, actually, this one's not the same as the old ones. Oh, here's Multani, Yavimai's avatar. Well, this card has a million abilities, so why don't we have any abilities on here? So this is like, it's half Yargle, but no Multani, basically. Okay, that goes in the middle. It's basically 50, it's 50-50. Absolute 50-50. Let's the end with vote out. A lot of support for today's show. We have a 4-mana sorcery, Convoke. Destroy target creature. Is this supposed to be like an Among Us reference? Convoke. Your creatures can help cast this spell. And they're helping vote the thing out. And we're voting it out into space, which means it's probably going to die. I like it. I think this is a huge flavor win. I think that's S tier right there. Good Jorb. Flavor win. Yeah, Among Us card. Very sus. Let's get a super chat from John the Abyss. My favorite black enchantment. Here's the Abyss. We have 4-mana world enchantment. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, destroy target non-artifact creature that player controls of his or her choice. It can't be regenerated. Do you know what? I don't know. Is the graveyard the Abyss or is the exile the Abyss? I think they had exile at the time too. Swords to Plowshares remove things from the game. I don't know what the flavor of this thing is. An immense river of oblivion is sweeping us away into a nameless abyss. You know what would make sense? If the creatures got exiled into the abyss, that would make a whole lot of sense. I actually don't find this very flavorful. I think it's a name and the function doesn't do what the card says. I'd say nah. Nah, I get what it's trying to do. It's not doing it right though. Summer Mermaid Star. The Parting of the Ways. This is one of my favorite, was it Doctor Who episodes, and they absolutely did amazing with the flavor. Rose scatters bad, wolf across time, time travels twice, and destroys Daleks. I might have to defer to you for the flavor on this one, because I've barely seen any Doctor Who period. So this was a 6-mana saga. Chapter 1, exile the top 5 cards of your library. For each non-land card exiled this way, put a number of time counters on that card equal to its mana value. If it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend. Chapter 2, time travel, then time travel again. And then for Chapter 3, for each opponent, destroy up to 1 target artifact that player controls. I just have to take your word for it. I have no choice. You people are all going to get me with these types of cards. Next up, we'll get a super chat from Kagan. You find a cursed idol. D&D card. 2-mana sorcery. Choose one. Smash it. Destroy target artifact. I like this. They're explaining the flavor here. Lift the curse. Destroy target enchantment. Not all enchantments are going to be curses, though. And then steal its eyes. Create a treasure token and venture into the dungeon. I don't understand that part. Enter the first room. What does stealing its eyes have to do with entering a dungeon? I'm going to say... Can anyone speak to this? Steal its eyes. Create a treasure token. That makes no sense to me. I'm going to say sorta, yeah. The first one was a flavor win. The second one was a flavor fail. And the third one was just neutral to me. Very, very, very neutral. I'm going to take this one because I know what Jurassic Park is. Jurassic Park from Felicia. And you want the... Oh, you only want the backside. All right. We'll do the backside of Jurassic Park. Legendary land. Each dinosaur card in your graveyard has escape. Why? Why the graveyard? The escape cost is equal to the card's mana cost plus exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. You may cast cards from your graveyard for the escape cost. This is a huge flavor fail. They're not dead. They're all alive, and they just escaped the park. It should be like, I don't know. I really don't know how to describe it, but somehow it's like you have Cascade for dinosaurs each upkeep. Or instead of drawing a card, you may reveal cards from the top of your deck until you reveal a dinosaur card and put it onto the battlefield. This has... The dinosaurs weren't dead. It's not like they opened the gates of Jurassic Park and nothing happened. Because, you know, the dinosaurs all died. No, the dinosaurs were alive. That was the problem. Dinosaurs were brought back to life, then they escaped. No, but they're escaping from the graveyard. Look, you have to first get the dino DNA. They're skipping something here. They're skipping a process. I don't think it's a flavor when based on this card. They were extinct. Exactly. Look, how did they even get to the graveyard in the first place? They were alive, then they died. I think it's a you know what? I'm sure a lot of people are going to argue with this one with me. I think this one is a particular flavor fail. It's like, it should be back from the graveyard to alive, then escape. I don't know how to put it. I guess it's a take on the escape, you know, escape phonetically and the mechanic. I wonder how that translated to all the other languages, because it might not have translated well. You can't be deader than a fossil. I know, I agree. They were alive. They were alive 120 million years ago. No, I don't like the process here. I'm calling it a fail. I'm calling it a fail. I know what they were going for, but I don't agree. All right, we're gonna look at more flavor text, or sorry, not flavor text. We're looking at more flavor cards in Magic the Gathering, but we have to thank our sponsor today, FusionGamingOnline.com. My place to get all my... You want to get your Jurassic Park cards? You want to get some dinosaurs or Welcome to Jurassic Park? I'll tell you where you get them from. You get them from FusionGamingOnline.com, and I'll tell you why. Because it supports the channel. And not only that, when you use us, are my special unique coupon code Nikachu, you get to use get 5% off all your orders, all your cards, and that is a flavor win. Because why when there should be coupon codes on a YouTube stream. And we're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting cards for Magic Online, the digital client where you can play Standard, Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, Vintage, Pauper, Commander. What one on Commander? You can do everything there, even fan-made formats. And you can rent and have access to all the cards with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 40% cash back on your third month subscription with coupon code Nikachu_EFC. And okay, let's get back to them cards. Elixir says, for some reason I thought the show was about flavor text matching the card itself, but I was wrong. Well, hey, it counts. I'm not gonna say it's nothing, but like if the flavor text matches the name and the art, but like not the function of the card, then it's, you know, it's gonna get disqualified. I'm definitely matching more function to name and art. Ya boy! Heartbeat of Spring. What is the Heartbeat of Spring? We have a 3-mana enchantment. Whenever a player taps a land for mana, that player adds 1 mana of any type that land produced. Whenever a player taps a land, it's spring. We are getting, you know, it's fresh. Our lands are more vibrant. Yeah, sure. I can put that in the sure pile. We have more resources. The wrong art? What you want? What art did you want? You want, but the Secret Lair art. We love a good romantic flavor. All right, well, okay, we'll dump this one. Secret Lair. Heartbeat of Spring. What does that have to do with dinosaurs? Whenever a player taps a land. You know, honestly, I think the art has this art is a flavor fail. Oh, I see. It's the heartbeat. It's the heartbeat of Saheeli. The Heartbeat of Spring. Oh, that's, you know, that's very romantic. All right, we'll still put this on sure. Basically, they changed the meaning of heartbeat over there. Merciless. Sophia, dogged detective. Velma and Scooby sack clues or food to gain power. Flavor it. Okay. Sophia, dogged. Who is this? Is this a Scooby-Doo thing? Oh, this is like a Scooby-Doo parody. 4 mana, 3/4 human detective. When Sophia Dog Detective enters the battlefield, create Tiny, a legendary 2/2 green dog detective creature token with trample. Pay 1, sack an artifact token. Put a +1/+1 counter on each dog you control. I don't understand how sacrificing our clues should make our dogs physically larger. That doesn't make any sense. Whenever a dog you control deals combat damage to a player, create a food token, then investigate. I don't get the whole... So, hold on. Did we, like, take a big chunk out of the person so that they made a food token? I don't get it. So, like, hold on. So, we like, ate the player? We took a big chunk out of them. I think this is, like, a bit of a weird card. So the detective, I think the detective part and the clues and all that, that makes sense. The whole dog thing doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why we're getting food for taking a bite out of our opponent. The +1/+1 food token is a Scooby snack? I suppose so. You know who I don't actually think of Scooby-Doo when I think of a dog detective. You know what I think of? I think of Penny from Detective Gadget. And there was... who was the dog from Detective Gadget? Dog in Detective Gadget. Does anyone remember who Detective Gadget was? It was Brain. Brain the dog. Brain was the dog. There we go. Some people are from my era. Okay, David Sampson. Dismal failure. The card should just do nothing. 4 mana instant. Counter target spell, its controller discards a card. Okay. Yeah, not bad. Oops. Let's take a little bit more of that. It should have like a fail look like this. Whatever. They should be embarrassed. I'll put this sure. The flavor's on point for the most part. Flavor's on point. Dangerous one. What do you got for us? Walk the plank. There we go. This is a huge flavor fail. Like, yeah, fish, flyers, Emrakul. What plank? Imagine that. I know. This was always a flavor fail. 2 mana sorcery. Destroy target non-merfolk creature. Well, there's more than non-merfolk in this game. There's fish, there's Leviathan, there's the octopus. I don't suppose flying creatures have any problem walking the plank. In fact, they jump off the plank all the damn time. So if there's probably no greater, harder flavor fail than this card. Anyway, walk the plank. Love it. The big squig. Haktos the Unscarred. He's Achilles. What? The Unscarred. Okay. As it was Achilles in the lore. I don't know who Achilles was. I mean, I've heard, but I don't know. So 4 mana, 6/1, attacks each combat if able. If Haktos enters the battlefield, choose 2, 3, or 4 at random. Haktos has protection from each converted mana cost other than the chosen number. I have no idea why that matters. Achilles lore. Give me the lore of Achilles. Described him as a great, nearly immortal Greek warrior of the Trojan War. His mother, Thetis, sought to make him vulnerable by dipping him into the river Styx, but missed his heel, the only vulnerable spot on his body. Achilles was a prominent figure in the Homer's... Okay, you know what? I think I read enough. I don't understand why this random number generation makes him weak. Literally only his heel could be hurt, trope namer. Okay, well, that has nothing to do with entering the battlefield as protection from, like, these random numbers. Flavor fail. Has nothing to do with any of that. You can somehow explain to me how choosing a number at random has something to do with the heel. And then even then, like... has protection from each converted mana cost other than the chosen number. So basically, that has nothing to do with the heel either. That number is the Achilles heel? I don't think so. We have to take this more literally. That's why this is a flavor episode. So many of you are here today. Okay, next up, we've got Karibo! Is that like a take on the Yu-Gi-Oh thing? Hey, Nikachu and chat. Obvious pick from me. But gotta love it. Swords to Plowshares. Swords to Plowshares. Combined an amazingly simple effect and a quite niche lore and reference being pixel perfect flavor. Let's get the original. One of the original Swords to Plowshares. There we go. Where's the farmer? We need a farmer. So basically, I wonder how this spell works. Are we like literally taking somebody and making them forget old battle combat and turning them into a farmer? So basically, they go from swords on the battlefield to plowshares to plowing fields, making them harmless. So they're sort of exiled off the battlefield. Nikachu doesn't appreciate historical myths. I appreciate. Yeah, this is the OG farmer. For a white instant, target creature is removed from the game entirely. Return to owner's deck only when the game is over. What the hell? That's such weird text. Creature's controller gains life points equal to the creature's power. So I guess you gain life because now they're plowing the field. They make food. You eat the food. You gain the life. You know, I never actually realized that part. I was like, why do you gain life off of this card? Well, you're playing the field. You're actually making food now. Do you know what? I think this is a big flavor win. You know what? I think it's a flavor win. It's one of the few classic flavor wins they had back in the day. Wouldn't they still be living? I guess the idea is they are exiled like way off the battlefield. Like this isn't a battlefield. This is somebody's home. I think that's the idea. Just super far. There's no battle here. Flavor-wise, at least. Tresaru with Future Sight. Oh, the Future Sight. I thought you were talking about the set. The 2002 print. Is this the two? I think this is a 2002. It is. Okay, 5 mana. Enchantment. Play with the top card of your library revealed. So you can see the future. Actually, don't know if you can see the future. You can see the future of what you're about to learn. You may play the top card of your library as though it were in your hand. You know what? Does this actually make any sense? Because the deck is your library. It is a library. So you can see like another spell. You see another book in your library. I don't get it. You may play the top card of your library as though it were in your hand. I mean, in some sense, it's funny. It's like our library has been shaken up. They shook up the library, and all the books are messed up, and you're just picking random ones that are on the floor. Because that's the only thing that makes sense to me. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna say sure. Oh, my past holds only pain and loss. I conquer it by creating the perfect future. But you don't create it. It's random. It's completely random. You know what? I was gonna say sure. But now I'm going to say, yeah, sort of. That flavor text made it... I think the flavor text was disorienting from like what this card is supposed to do. Okay, next up. Let's get... Elixir, Selfless Savior. Is that the dog? Isn't that the dog? It is the dog. White 1/1. Sack it. Another target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. Damage and effects that say destroy, don't destroy it. If you're a Selfless Savior, I'm assuming this thing is taking a bullet for you. Which in that case, because what it's implying is if you're indestructible, it's just like you can't be destroyed. You can't take damage. That doesn't make any sense if there's like a Wrath of God. That doesn't make any sense if you actually get shot. Like the Selfless Savior, I'm assuming, is just like getting in the way. The flavor text goes hard. Oh, let's read the flavor text. She raised him from an orphaned pup and gave him the life of love. With his last act, he thanked her. This is honestly a flavor fail. It is a flavor fail. There's so many situations in Magic where getting in the way that like, it doesn't make any sense that someone's indestructible. It should be like it should be like a redirect effect. Like if a spell would target a creature, instead you sacrifice Selfless Slaver and like counter it or some crap like that. That's how this really should work. It shouldn't be giving someone indestructible. It should be taking a bullet. Be taking the bullet. Okay, Corbinek. Nikachu, I love you, but donate my $5 if Sophia didn't do it for you. Huh? What do you mean, Sophia? I'll figure it out. Huh? What $5? Donate my $5 if Sophia didn't do it for you. I have no idea what this means. I need some more clarification, but while we wait for that clarification, we'll go to... Who was I? I was at Corbinek. Suspicious bookcase. There's a 2-mana 0/4 wall. Okay, a bookcase is a wall. It's got defender. Pay 3, tap. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. I don't get it. Actually, I'm like horribly confused. So a suspicious bookcase. Survivors hungry for knowledge sometimes find to their surprise that knowledge is hungry for survivors. Then shouldn't this card like eat creatures? Target creature can't be blocked this turn. This actually makes no sense to me. I don't know why it makes it unblockable. I totally understand the bookcase like eating things. This is a flavor fail. Secret passage in the bookcase. Oh! And there's people coming through. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. That's the idea. Okay, do you know what? I'll bump it up. You know what? I'll bump it up. I'm gonna say sure. I'll say sure. It makes some sense now. There was a big super chat earlier for like $10, or it was like £10 or something. I have to donate the second half of that thing. It was too big. We'll give the second half to Wandering Pix. Defenestrate? Defenestrate? Okay, that card exists. 3-mana instant. Destroy target creature without flying. I don't even know what this card means. Oh, it's to throw someone out of a window. Destroy target creature without flying. Trying to think, like, what else would survive through a window? Maybe a rock creature? Maybe a land? Maybe not. Yeah, weird there's a word for that. I know. I'm just as surprised as you are. The chaplain would perhaps have found some small comfort had he known that the replacement window would be named in his honor. Okay, I mean, like, destroy target creature. You know what? I'm going to give this a sure, and I'll tell you why. Because no window is destroyed. It's like, it should be like, sacrifice a window token, destroy target creature. No window token exists. So we're going to put that in the sure pile. It's pretty close, though. But something broke, and there's nothing broken. Lord Trevor with the super chat. Thanks so much. Savor the flavor. Donation to the coffee crew. My favorite flavor card is Visidrix, the rabbit. Okay, well, are you donating or what? Savor the flavor, a donation. My favorite flavor. You just want to say what your favorite flavor card is? Okay, Visidrix. What is this? It's 7 mana for a 6/6. A board wizard once created a Visidrix out of a bunny and a piranha. He never made that mistake again. It's a bunny, it's half piranha, and it's half bunny. And it's a beast of some sort of weird... But it's a vanilla creature. It should have some more abilities than this. Or it should have had mutate or something. So I'm going to rank it anyway. I'm going to say yeah, sort of. 2 vanilla. Okay, so what, you wanted to donate this thing? All right, you know what? We'll donate this thing. We're going to donate to... Christopher B wants Una, Queen of the Fae. 6 mana, 5/5, flying. Okay, X and a blue. Choose a color. Target opponent exiles the top X cards of their library. For each card of the chosen color exiled this way, create a 1/1 blue and black fairy rogue creature token with flying. I don't know anything about Una. Una, Queen of the Fae lore. Give me the long story short, Google Gemini. Okay, Una, Queen of the Fae can refer to 2 distinct characters, the Mother of the Fae on the plane lore. Yeah, I want the Magic the Gathering one. She's a queen and a mother of all on the plane of lore. She can create fairies by budding them from her body. She also uses her fairies to harvest dreams and memories. Interesting. So they come off of her. Choose a color. Target opponent exiles top. But what does that have to do with making creatures? I don't understand that part. It should be like, put a -1/-1 counter on Una, make a 1/1 fairy or some crap like that. I don't understand this ability and how it relates to her. But I'm not a flavor one. I'm gonna say nah. I'm not so confident though to say it's a complete flavor fail though. So many people without cards. A Blackbird, Dread Summons. Black X, sorcery. Each player mills X cards for each creature card put into a graveyard this way. You create a tapped 2/2 black zombie creature token. To mill a card, no, sorry, that's enough. Did you have a nice nap? Says Liliana Vess. Oh, so she's waking them up. Each player mills X cards for each creature card put into the graveyard this way. You create a tapped 2/2 black zombie creature token. Dreads. You know what? I'm just gonna say sure. If the card does what it says. It's a bit weird though because you have to mill cards before they come back, so it's not like they died in the first place. It's like it's basically like it went from the mind to the graveyard. It's a bit weird. I think if you mill something, it should go to a separate zone. In my opinion. Marcio says, lost my super chat? What the hell is it? Oh, you didn't get a super chat? Patrick Star, literally the best flavor text. Okay, hold on. Patrick Star. And Barkwood Bear. This is... Oh, okay, so you want the Patrick Star ones. I don't get it. What, 7 mana for a 6/5. That's it. What was the original one? He is a devious and cunning in both appearance and deed. Beware the Warbeard for his brute bites as well as he barks. I have no idea why this. You know what I don't get? I don't get why this card was shown up on this type of card. Is that supposed to be the flavor? I'm just gonna put it at the bottom here. Why did I take such a big picture of this thing? Put it on the bottom. Patrick has nothing to do with this. I'd say it's a flavor fail. Next up. Steve Cooper with Final Death and a super chat. Or sorry, and a dono. Five mana instant. Exile target creature. Is that it? Final Death? Oh, it's your final death. You're never going to die again. What was the character that died here? The underworld erodes memory, identity, and eventually the physical form, leaving only crumbling statues called Misera, hollow monuments to mortal futility. Sounds good. You know, it's a simple card, but it actually is a flavor win. If that's actually the final death. Now, it's not going to be a final death to every creature, but almost all of them. Anything that doesn't come back from exile. Okay, next up, we have a super chat donated, and we'll give it to Voldlin, Possessed Goat. It's a white 1/1 goat. Pay 3, discard a card, put 3 +1/+1 counters on Possessed Goat, and it becomes a black demon in addition to its other colors and types. Activate only once. When their would-be sacrifice wandered back to their encampment, the survivors breathed a sigh of relief, assuming the demon had departed. Discard a card, put 3 counters on the Possessed Goat, and it becomes... You know what? Okay, it's like, I'm going to put this halfway. I think it would be much cooler if like you give this thing undying, you know, like if it can die over and over and over again. I like the Possessed Goat part, but when they said it got sacrificed and it came back, that means it should have died, and then come back. This card was in every Duskmourn pack. Oh, you felt it, huh? It's one of those like really bad cards. Meebo with Blasphemous Act. I see by the way, there's so many no card yet people. I see you all. I'll try to like chain through all of you near the end of the show. So many, you know, I want to try to make sure I get you all recognized. I can see you all. It's just so many. There's too many of you. 9 mana sorcery. Spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield. Oh, so they're all blasphemous. So for each one, they increase the intensity of this card and deal 13 damage to each creature. Holy places are no longer sanctuary from death, and death is no longer sanctuary from anything, says Thalia. I could say that's a flavor win. I like the way the casting cost. I think that's a flavor win. But it's already the end of the show. No, it's not. We still have some time. We still got some time, everyone. Let's get one super chat from Kagan for a second. Let's try Krovod Hunch. What is this? Krovod Hunch. White food equipment. I always thought that was weird. Oh, so we're going to use the big piece of food as a weapon. Pay 2, tap, sacrifice Krovod Hunch. You gain 3 life. So we can sack the equipment for food. Hey, we can beat our opponents down, and then we can take a bite out of it. When Krovod Hunch is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you may pay 2 mana. If you do, create 2 1/1 white dog creature tokens. So we're calling over the dogs to eat this thing. But there is nothing. Oh, there's a bone left. Equip for 2. I guess that's a flavor win. It's just a flavor win. Do you know what? I understood the whole story from beginning to end, and you can attack someone with this damn thing. That makes actually a lot of damn sense. Toilet Dock. How do you not get a card yet? Ariat's Lullaby. 2 mana sorcery, destroy target tapped creature, you gain 2 life. So basically, are you killing them in their sleep? When Kellen questioned her, Ariat reminded him that she'd been asked only to put the guard to sleep. The request said nothing about waking up. Oh, so we're killing somebody in their sleep, I suppose. I don't understand the gaining 2 life part though. We'll say it's a sure. We'll say that's a sure. A haunch is typically a rear leg part, or the buttocks. The buttocks. Adam. Sudden substitution. 4 mana instant. Split second. Exchange control of target non-creature spell and target creature. Then the spell's controller may choose new targets for it. Okay, so we did a switcheroo. Sudden substitution. That's so weird, though. We're swapping something in play with something in their head. Bow before the might of. Wait, oh, okay, so they actually forgot about it. Okay, you know what? I think that could be a flavor win. Uh-oh, my picture is getting in the way of everything. I gotta move me. How do I move me? I'm too big. Here, I can be in the middle over here. Looks like yeah, sort of is not particularly popular today. Let's see if I can bang out a bunch of your suggestions. Camel! Does it spit? It's just a vanilla. Oh no, it has bands. Why does it have bands? So white 0/1. All creatures attacking in a band with camel are immune to damage done by deserts. Okay, the deserts make sense. The bands does not. Yeah, I don't understand the bands part. But the desert thing makes sense. You know what? This is something you should be saddling. So there's actually like a lot of stuff missing here. This is a yeah, sort of. I think by today's standards, because of saddling, this card is just much worse. Turiat, fasting. White enchantment. You so at the beginning of your upkeep, put a hunger counter on this enchantment, then destroy this enchantment if it has 5 or more hunger counters on it. If you would begin your draw step, you may skip that draw step instead. If you do, you gain 2 life. When When you draw a card, destroy this enchantment. I don't know why you gain life from fasting. That's actually the opposite of... I mean, there's health benefits to fasting, don't get me wrong. But I don't know if you gain life off of it. If anything, at some point, you will lose all your life. If you fast for forever, then you will, with certainty, die. Not talking about partial fasting. If you just like fast forever, you have no food, just water, I mean, you're a goner. Mental health benefit. Well, there's a lot of physical benefits to fasting, but they're different from, say, calories. Gaining calories. The spiritual, well, there's a lot, yeah, spiritual healing. It's banding because you ride them, camels. Not good enough for me. Kagan with witness protection. Oh, I love this one. I played with this card. I do have one gripe with it, though. It's a blue aura, enchant creature. Enchant creature loses all abilities and is a green and white citizen creature with base power and toughness 1/1 named legitimate business person. Why? How are you forcing someone in witness protection to be a legitimate business person? Does it imply that they weren't legitimate in the past? And also, not everyone can be a business person. Like, you might just have to throw this person in a school and make them a janitor or something. You know what I mean? So, you know, as much as I like witness protection, it also doesn't make sense that they would lose all their abilities. Like, if you're an 8/8 creature, you probably are still an 8/8 creature even in witness protection. So, do you know what? I'm going to say this is a nah. It's a nah. Okay, let's get some of these super chats. Gitaxian Probe. I don't know how to judge this one. So with Gitaxian, look through them. So for a Phyrexian mana sorcery, look at target player's hand and you draw a card. My flesh holds no secrets, monster. The spirit of Mirrodin will fight on. I don't get this one. Cast witness protection on a scoop mob, or does it not work or something? Did layers like screw that up? Can anyone help me here? Like, where does Gitaxian Probe line on this? I can imagine, okay, you look into somebody's mind. Maybe you learn something, so you draw a card. Nikachu, this was a great premise for a show you weren't prepared for. Oh my god. I knew what I was getting into. Look, this is a really slapstick stream, you know what I mean? It's a very slapstick stream. Okay, I'm just gonna put this... We'll just say yeah. For the most part. We'll just say yeah. You probe their mind and gain information. I mean, that's what I think too. That's what I think too. It's somewhat flavorful for the MTG books. I've never read them. So we have to basically... I have to do my best to base it on the card. What? Like for the legitimate business person? Live Nikachu, I drunk too much tea, so I can't sleep. Well, that means you can stay here longer. Okay, super chat from Kagan. And playtest cards do well. Starting Town NPC. Remember, you can suggest these types of cards if you super chat. Whoever has the gold makes the rules around here. 3 mana, 3/3 human peasant. Each creature card in your hand has 2 mana adventure sorcery named Fetch Herbs with you gain 2 life. You may cast it as the adventure for 2 mana, then exile it, and you may cast the creature later from exile. Each creature card you cast from exile enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter. So each creature card in your hand has the adventure sorcery Fetch Herbs. So you gain life. Okay, I like that. But I don't know why each creature you cast from exile enters with an additional +1/+1 counter, so that one doesn't make sense to me. You get the +1/+1 counter. You ate the herb, not them. These aren't potions, people. Okay, let's see if I can let's see how many I can get through. Okay, I'm gonna try to get through as many of you as possible before the show ends. Varon, Memorial World. The inhabitants mine the planet. Where is this? Memorial World. The inhabitants mined the planet until instability to fund a fleet to escape their planet due to the sun dying. It was saved by turned into a stable super void later. What the hell? This land enters tapped. It also has station. For 2 mana tap, sack a land. Create a 2/2 colorless robot creature, artifact creature token. Then creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain haste until end of turn. Explain what the hell does this have anything to do with that? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The inhabitants mine the planet until instability. Sack a land. 2/2 colorless robot. Then creatures you control. So the idea is, okay, we're mining the land for resources. I guess. Yeah, sort of. Next up. Mappius, Raging River. Double red enchantment. Whenever one or more creatures you control... Why is it a Raging River? You control attack. Each defending player divides all creatures without flying they control into left pile and right pile. Then for each attacking creature you control, choose left or right. That creature can't be blocked this combat except by creatures with flying and creatures in a pile with the chosen label. I'm just curious, is it supposed to be splitting off into 2? Because we do not have such a thing in the art. None of the arts depict that the river splits off into 2, like, ever. It's just a raging river. You know what I mean? I don't think this is very flavorful. Like, I understand if there's 2 different directions, that makes sense to me. But they don't actually depict that in the art. They're stuck on separate sides of the cliff. Oh! Then why is it called Raging River? Why don't they call it, like, Canyon or something? Or separated by water. Okay, I'm going to give it the yeah, sort of. I think the name is bad, if that's the case. You know, I always thought it was like they're fighting on the river and it was split into 2. Well, okay, hold on. Well, the river can't completely block them off because that's like a moat thing. This should not affect creatures with flying. Okay, I'm demoting it. I'm going into the nap pile now. It's got all the problems of moat plus more. Next up, Stranger Candy. Let me get Brood of Cockroaches. Brood of Cockroaches. The creatures without flying stay on the left and splits the rocks. Did they actually specify flyers? Oh, they did. Whenever one or more creatures you control attack, each defending player divides all creatures without flying they control into a left pile and right pile. Then for each attacking creature you control, choose left or right. Why do they get to choose? That creature can't be blocked this combat. Why do you ever have to get to choose here? The river is so strong and powerful it can't be crossed. Reread the card. Flyers can attack either side. Then for each attacking creature you control, choose left or right. That creature can't be blocked this combat except by creatures with flying and creatures in a pile with the chosen label. Okay, they have to choose first, and then you get to choose. Okay, F it. Do you know what? Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Okay, do you know what? The flavor is better than I thought. I actually learned something about this card. Not the flying creatures thing, but like I literally thought it was like the river was supposed to split off into 2 or something. Is the river a moat or not? Well, apparently not. Okay, Brood of Cockroaches. Ew, it's disgusting. Wow, how could you even sleep there? It's impossible. Man, I would be so upset with my caretaker. 2 mana, 1/1. Summon insects. If Brood of Cockroaches is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, pay 1 life and return Brood of Cockroaches to your hand at end of turn. I think the idea is the cockroaches keep coming back, but it doesn't make any sense that you have to pay life so that it like gets returned to your hand. It should be more of a thing like when it dies, make a 1/1 cockroach. So it's like you killed one, but there's always another one. And then like at the beginning of the upkeep, like it makes another cockroach. So I think this is a flavor fail, more on the flavor fail side of the cockroaches. Okay, who has no card yet? We've got Magnum Opus Gold, Dune, Brood, Nephilim. Format of 3/3. Whenever Dune, Brood, Nephilim deals combat damage to a player, put a 1/1 colorless sand creature token into play for each land you control. What the hell does Nephilims do? What do they do? They're monstrous giants born from the rebellious angels, watchers, and human women who, according to the book of Enroach, oh yeah, this, I don't know. I'm probably going way outside of Magic the Gathering. What did they do in MTG? They're a group of 5 4-color creatures from the original Ravnica set that were not initially popular but found a home in Commander. They're not really explaining a whole lot to me here. What? I don't know what a Nephilim does. I really can't. You know what? I can't judge this card. When it awoke, it spawned nameless thousands to herald its arrival. Okay, do you know what? That's all I needed. That's all I needed. It's a huge flavor fail. Spawning thousands, yet we only make we make a singular 1/1 color sand creature token for each land we control. What if we don't have that many lands? Like, you have thousands of lands in play? Impossible. Almost impossible. Flavor fail. That's all I needed. The flavor text, let it go. I'm all letting Nikachu go and return Anthor. What? Jen! With Aerith rescue mission. Please. Been posing for an hour. Do I have to pay to get my card? You're getting your card chosen. Congratulations. The Aerith rescue mission. 4 mana. Sorcery. Choose one. Take the elevator. Create 3 1/1 colorless hero creature tokens. I believe because we have 3 in our party in Final Fantasy. And then take 59 flights of stairs. Tap up to 3 target creatures. Put a stun counter on each one of them. If a permanent with a stun counter would become untapped, remove 1 from it instead. But wait, it's like, I guess because we're exhausted after the entire time, I'm gonna give it the sure. I don't feel very. I unfortunately have not played that part of Final Fantasy VII. It's Final Fantasy VII, right? Looks like Cloud over there. We've all been there, Chen. We've all been there. You just have to copy and paste over and over again. I appreciate it too. It helps the algorithm. Servant of the Lord, prideful parent. 3 mana 2/2 vigilance. It's a cat. Whenever this creature enters, create a 1/1 white cat creature token. Okay, very prideful. Also has vigilance. It's a cat that makes another cat, and it's a parent. And the parent's bigger. What can I say? This is actually a flavor win. This is a flavor win. I have nothing against this card. Real different. Indestructible aura. I love your aura. Okay, instant for a white. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to target creature this turn. That makes no sense. Theodore strode the battle line, snatching swords with his bare hands and casting them aside until all cowered before him. Was he like Neo? Disarming everyone before they even like pull a trigger or something like that? Yeah, it's not an aura itself. I don't know, the card doesn't seem to do anything. I really don't understand the flavor of it all. It sounds like they're just moving very, very fast to disarm everyone on the battlefield. I'm still going to put in the flavor fail. Not because it's named an aura, though. My flavor is nonsense. Bulky! With Guardian of Cloverdale. 7 mana for a 4/5 Tree Folk Shaman. Comes into play, put 3 1/1 white Kithkin soldier creature tokens into play. Pay a green, sack a Kithkin. You gain 1 life. Are we sacrificing the Kithkins? Although they're protective of all creatures, many tree folk are especially fond of the empathetic Kithkin. But it sounds like they're killing them and gaining life off of it. Comes into play, put 3, sack a Kithkin. You gain 1 life. Although they're protective of all creatures, many tree folk are especially fond of the... It doesn't sound like they're protecting them at all. This card enables us to kill them. They have their own funeral. Flavor fail. The trees, yeah, exactly. The trees ate the Kithkin. Kano! Prisoner's Dilemma. Hope we got everybody today. This is a 5-mana sorcery. Each opponent secretly chooses Silence or Snitch. Then the choices are revealed. If each opponent chooses Silence, Prisoner's Dilemma deals 4 damage to each of them. If each opponent chooses Snitch, Prisoner's Dilemma deals 8 damage to each of them. Otherwise, Prisoner's Dilemma deals 12 damage to each opponent who chooses Silence. Also, flashback. I don't know the flashback part, but you know what? I guess we can consider this. This can be a flavor win. I thought there's... Oh, yeah, everyone takes at least some sort of damage. Not you? Who? Anyone else? Did I miss anybody? A duck. Okay, let's try to get a duck. Infested Flesh Cutter. 2 mana. Equipment. +2/+0. Of course, all these things cut flesh. Whenever equipped creature attacks, create a 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Might artifact creature token with Toxic 1, and this creature can't block. Equipped for 3 mana. I have no idea why mites are coming out of that mites are coming out of this thing. And what if you can cut with this thing, why don't you give toxic poison to like the opponents? That doesn't make any sense. Aaron Tomic. Distinguished Advocist. 2 mana, 2/3, flying. Why is he flying? Oh, he's flying. He's got some sort of... Why is he flying? Lands on the battlefield and land cards in graveyards can't be the target of spells or abilities your opponents control. Your opponents can't play land cards from graveyards. Some bend the law. I tie it to knots. I actually, you know what? Sorry, I just can't judge this card. It's just a generically powerful ability attached to some random person. I don't know the flavor to this particular card. Well, I guess I could still rate it. I'll just put like, sure. Put it in the middle. Make it very neutral. Okay, it says bugs. Yeah, the bugs come out, but why didn't the sword itself deal poison? Are we missing anybody? Got that one. Sort of. Okay, I think that's it. It's good enough. I hope I got as many people as I could, okay? I did my best. As usual, we do the show weekdays, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And of course, thank you so much, Coffee Crew, for being here today. Keep people like Meebo and Aaron, Old Boy, Little Deadfly, Merciless, Tresaru, Christopher B, Servant of the Lord, Argentina, Z-Man Vader, Aaron Kano, Jess, Summer Mermaid Star, David, a Duck, Mapius, Lord Trevor, Bell, and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees, and we will keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.